Hi, I'm Mike, and you're watching the Loft Sessions. Today, we're teaming up with United We Stream to bring you a little bit of a taste of Brighton here on the south coast of England. Brighton is known for its vibrancy, its diversity, and for its cracking nightlife. We'll be showing you around some of our favourite venues and artists, from electro-punk underneath the train station to a global superstar DJ David Morales 450 feet in the air. RuPaul drag queens give us a twirl, and Brighton's favourite resident and arguably the biggest DJ, Fatboy Slim, tells us a rather funny story about Russell Brand's bottom. There's something for everyone in Brighton, and it's coming up now.
How we doing?
Next up, we'll be checking out venues that have attracted names such as Ramesh Ranganathan, Catherine Ryan, and Harry Hill. But what we've got coming up is no laughing matter. Here are some of the fiercest, incendiary, up-and-coming Brighton-based bands.
2 benzo canes and a lake.
2 benzo canes and a layer cake, oh what a day, oh what a day. 3 benzo canes and a layer cake, oh what a day, oh what a day. 4 benzo canes and a layer cake, oh what a day, oh what a day. 5 benzo canes and a layer cake, oh what a day. Who said romance was... My bird was responsive to hate to love a man. A man like me will take me somewhere, somewhere please, will take me anywhere where I can be for free. I love her, I love her, I love her so, I love her more than you ever know. She's my wow, oh she is my girl.
What a day.
3 benzo canes and a layer cake, oh what a day, oh what a day. 4 benzo canes and a layer cake, oh what a day, oh what a day. 5 benzo canes and a layer cake, oh what a day. Who said romance was dead? Chicken on up, this will dance and then we'll have a go on scratches cause I love a bit of jazz. Buy you anything, everything, anything you ever need, as long as it's for fucking free. Cause I need you, I need you, I need you so, I need you more than you'll ever know. Cause you're my wow, oh you are my girl.
Benzo canes and a layer cake, oh what a day, oh what a day.
3 benzo canes and a layer cake, oh what a day, oh what a day. 4 benzo canes and a layer cake, oh what a day, oh what a day. 5 benzo canes and a layer cake, oh what a day. Who said romance was dead? I miss you, Sandra. Yeah, I really miss you. And I'm sorry I shot the door in the arse of the BB gun. And I'm sorry it's so cheap as to say my father ready to me. Please come back to me, Sandra. I love you. Wait. 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 Please come back to me, Sandra.
We're Beach Riot, you're watching the Loft Sessions.
If I was a liar, I'd tell it all. Make a sign and build a wall. It's not alright, not at all. Used to be more animals. He's the one who said it all. Used to be more animals. Ah! Hey man, are you gonna say, man, pick another fight? I want it all explode. Mister, not another bit. When we got a bit, I want it all explode. What's a lie anymore? Doesn't matter what you say at all. Pick a fight and say it's cool. Hey man, are you gonna say, man, pick another fight? I want it all explode. Mister, not another bitch. When we got a bit, I want it all explode. Are you gonna say, man, pick another fight? I want it all explode. Mister, not another bitch. When we got a bit, I want it all explode.
Now, with your career, you've been doing it for over 2 decades now. 3 decades now.
85 I started. You do the maths. What's that? 34 years now.
Can't do maths that quickly,
No,
unfortunately.
it's 34 years.
It's been quite a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Now, when you were a teenager, did you have any idea that was the trajectory of where your life was going to go?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, from when I think I was 8 years old and I saw Donny Osmond. He came to town and he had a leather jacket with his name in studs on the back, and he had a piano with light bulbs on it. And when he played it, it lit up. And I looked at 8-year-old me, went, I want some of that. That's what I want to do. So yeah, no, I mean, from when I was 8 years old, all I wanted to do was be in the music business. And I didn't. It wasn't the path. The path that I followed wasn't the one I figured, but I always wanted to be doing something like this.
Yeah, in 1996 we saw like the birth of the Big Beat, the big parties and all that lot. How did it feel to be like part of something so fresh and new?
It was really exciting. I mean, it was really exciting to feel like you were kind of breaking rules and changing things in the music industry. Very proud to be doing it in Brighton because for the first time in my career I was on a Brighton record label recording everything in my home studio in Brighton. So it's very nice to put Brighton on the map, which is one of the things that kind of the Big Beat Boutique did. But yeah, no, it was very exciting. I'd already had 2 careers by that point, so I didn't think there was anything else I could do.
I mean, you played as a bass player before that, haven't you? It's a big change to go from that to dance music.
It took me a while to work out I'm a better DJ than I'm a bass player.
Now, you have done some amazing, really, really large beach parties as well. I know that you basically shut down Brighton when you played here, all of Brighton Beach. What was that experience like? Because it's so infamous now.
It was actually quite scary because the first one we did, there was about 65,000 people, and we thought, this is brilliant. This is like, it doesn't get any better than this. But the second one, it kind of snowballed a bit, and we realised that it was kind of out of our control, and it was like Woodstock. It was like, this is bigger than us. And no, for a lot of the day, it was just basically making sure it still happened because the police wanted to shut it down. But in the end, it was more dangerous to shut it down than to do it. But it was quite a fraud. It wasn't the best gig I've ever played, and it wasn't technically.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the most I've ever enjoyed a gig, but it was probably the thing I'm most proud of in my whole career. To do something like that in your hometown, with your family and your friends and everyone, just a few thousand of your close friends around you. No, it really did. And the fact that we got away with it because it really was touch and go. We were pushing the town's infrastructure to its limits.
Yeah, I do remember it. The next day, just rubbish everywhere. Still from the next day.
And there was a slight smell of urine around the town for the next couple of weeks,
Now, you had worked with Danny Boyle for the 2012 Olympics, and there was a record-breaking 26 million viewers. What was it like actually being asked for the first time to be involved with that?
When I was asked, I was really tremendously proud because at that point no one was quite sure about us doing the Olympics. We didn't know if we could do it well, and we didn't know how it would, everyone thought there was going to be traffic or terrorism or just we'd be rubbish. But I was really proud because I kind of felt, because I was the only DJ in the whole show, I kind of felt that I was there representing Great Britain's DJs. So I felt quite proud of that. And it was a very, very exciting, slightly surreal thing to be involved in. I think my enduring memory was having my head shoved up Russell Brand's bum crack for long periods of time. Well, basically, he was ahead of me on the ladder in this little thing where it was like going to battle in a tank. It was actually really cramped and you couldn't see anything. And for about 40 minutes, I'd just sit there, one rung down the ladder from Russell Brand's, when he had a bit of a builder's thing going on in the back. So that's the sort of things that I'd take home from it. It was a very, very strange thing to do, but like I said, a tremendous honour to represent Britain.
Yeah.
Now, as much as we'd like to get our blood pumping here in Brighton, we're also very chill. We're almost horizontal with So Laid Back. Coming up next is an Irish singer-songwriter with over 3 million streams under our belt. We're going to take a trip up to the city's premier recording studio, home to The Cure, Royal Blood and Architects. But let's kick off with a trio of sublime strings.
I'm Fred Hills. This is Andrew Stewart Battle on the violin and Alfie Whedon on the double bass. This track's called Piece 1.
Take me now, darling, cold as the winter, humble and honest and sweet, but still bitter. Close the door before you go. Wrapped in my sweater, early November, drinks with ice won't suffice. Baby, come closer, haunt me like you did before. And you'll just make me want you more. And my head's a mess, honey, please don't forget it. And I could try my best, but it won't be enough. So I'll say what I'm thinking, yeah, I've been day drinking again to get you out of my head. And I just kinda wished I'd never said. Darkest the evenings, the heat of your breathing, touch my skin, pull me in. What am I doing, loving you, but won't it hurt? Talk of the old times, I'll make things seem alright. I swear I'm sorry, babe, I'll make it all fine. Love me like you did before, but I will always crave her more. And my head's a mess, honey, please don't forget it. And I could try my best, but it won't be enough. So I'll say what I'm thinking, yeah, I've been day drinking again to get you out of my head. And I just kinda wished I'd never said anything at all.
I've turned the page to read your words from once. Nothing else to say. Time has called for us. Take my hand. Desperate times fill desolate minds. You're happy now. I hope somewhere, somehow. Ghosts are alive, I find, but who will let them know? I regret the way I said my farewells, my farewells.
ghosts are alive, I find. But who will ever know? I regret the way I said my words, my words.
Running with the words, trying to keep up, but I'm always sitting with my feet up on the sofa. But I made an oath to her myself, always in the third person, it's better for my health. Learning to detach my mind, stop the flow. Raging thoughts, always wanting to slow the time, the moment you own it, soon outgrown it. Now all they want to do is put their own in it, but you don't want to blow. You made that clear, your money is your lifeline. That's what's defining this society, this era. Sometimes I don't want to hear her, that's myself again, it's on myself, I must depend. We've been taught that being a girl makes you weak, prevents you from seeking a manly profession. In inverted commas, what's the obsession with putting up boundaries? We're fighting to break them, we're not forsaken, and don't be the one that's faking. Your pleasure is your truth, that's what leaves you shaking. It's the birds and the bees, it's how we get a bun bacon. In the oven, Hansel and Gretel, a witch's coven. It's an American horror story, doing whatever it takes to get the glory. It's a risk, it's worth gambling. Thank you for your time, it's been my mind ramblings. It's a risk, it's worth gambling. Thank you for your time. And like I waste this in the morning, that's my story. I tell it through my words, I don't let no one do it for me. A perfectionist, receptionist for the church of an atheist. Provide a knife for a society that needs a damn facelift, with its rights and its wrongs. But even if you're right, you've got to fight if you don't belong. Refuse to fit because it's a joke, you're better off if you're a bloke. But not for your skills or pigment, or if you're labelled as a delinquent because you're young and you see the cracks. Trying to open people's eyes up, just like a life hack. You're oppressed and you're desperate, spoiler alert. Like Jack in the Titanic, we're gonna need a bigger life raft. Gonna make it through this era, and like the hips of Shakira, my words don't lie. I'd rather spend my nights looking at the sky. If you're a girl or a guy, I'd rather not be defined, it's fine. The concept of gender should be locked up like an offender against the law. What you behind bars for allowing the world to believe that because of the way we identify changes our equality. It's a risk, it's worth gambling. Thank you for your time, it's been my mind ramblings. It's a risk, it's worth gambling. Thank you for your time. A boy once told me he wanted to take it back to basics. A human race, let's face it, it needs some improving. The desire for greed removing, and for the media to just stop deluding. Too many I know feeling that pressure. My friends come to me to confess their depression. We're not asking for a procession to mourn our childhoods. I hate looking on the bad when there is good. I just wish we were taught young to live more, to take a chance, to know we don't have to have a reason for our happiness. It's a risk, it's worth gambling. Thank you for your time, it's been my mind ramblings. It's a risk, it's worth gambling. Thank you for your time, it's been my mind ramblings. It's a risk, it's worth gambling. Thank you for your time, it's been my mind ramblings.
Brighton is the undisputed gay capital of the UK and home to a devastatingly fabulous LGBTQIA+ community. To play us out, we'll be serving up RuPaul Drag Queen's finest, Alyssa Edwards, Nina West, Bag of Chips. And if that wasn't enough, we're going to have a little chat with Sleaford Mods and some Radio 1 DJs as well. If you enjoyed today, keep your eyes on all our social medias. Head over to United We Stream, check out what else they're doing. If you're lucky, there may be another Loft Sessions United We Stream collaboration coming up very soon. So keep your eyes on all the relevant social medias. I've been Mike, and you've been watching the Loft Sessions. Bye-bye. Hi, I'm Mike. You're watching the Loft Sessions live. We're here at the Hope and Ruin with Libra. Hello.
Hello.
Hey. Hello.
Hi.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty knackered.
You had a very busy set.
Oh yeah, very busy, very busy day. But it's okay because that was like a nice meditation session. Even though I feel like I've sweated it out.
Yeah, I'm proper detox set, definitely detox set. What do you say?
I skipped you, sir.
Very damp.
Yeah,
damp. A damp bunch. A very damp bunch right now. So take us or leave us.
It is a very damp bunch. You guys are very, very busy. Every time I see you on Instagram, you're either like shooting a music video or playing a house show or something. So what's going on with that?
So yeah, we've just been like played a house party on Friday, did a photo shoot on Saturday. Like we like to keep busy. Just like to keep creative, keep making things. We don't like to sit still, basically. We've got itchy fingers all the time.
Keep that. That was literally the best word for it, itchy fingers. Otherwise you start to stagnate for a couple of days and you think, should we do something?
Oh, I was just gonna say on the note of a house party there, I'd like on camera officially to put the call out to the kids out there. Let's have a house party.
Call us.
We want to play.
If anyone has a house they'd like us to destroy, we're in.
Because I saw the footage and it looked insane.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it was really
They're the best shows.
And someone invited me and I said, should we just play it? And they went, okay, let me think about it. Okay, I thought about it. And we did it. And that was that. The rest is there to see. Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. So I loved it. That's the kind of stuff that you remember. You know, you play gigs left, right, and centre, but like, you know, when you play a house party, it's just untempered. It's unbridled. Anyone can do whatever, and they did.
Have you enjoyed your night tonight? This is only the second Loft Sessions live, and you've headlined. But yeah, a lot of people came out.
Yeah,
It's really good.
it's a really good night. Really good night.
En haut des cimes, comme déconnecté de ce monde futile, besoin de repères. À quoi me rattacher, perdu entre les buildings et les rues goudronnées. Alors, peur de la foule, de l'excitation, je ne suis pas claustrophobe. Quelle explication, pourtant socialement intégré, une sorte de refus de là où déchaîné. Alors je m'en vais, je prends le large, je dresse un voile invisible sur mon départ. Besoin de calme, d'harmonie, besoin de vérité pour mes écrits. Plus de nuages, le ciel se dévoile. Apparaissent des milliers de lunes dans ce cortège nuptial. Les rayons chauds du soleil me brûlent et m'embrasent. Comme emprisonné tu les mortels dans la nocturne solitaire.
Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Mike. You're watching Loft Sessions. We're down at Victoria's Festival with the specials. Wow. Hello, guys. Lovely to see you.
Good evening.
You okay?
Yes, I'm Kenrick Rowe. I'm the drummer for the band.
There you go.
And I'm Lynn Valgolden, rhythm guitars from the band.
From the band, the specials, yes. How are you guys doing today? You okay?
Not too bad, thank you very much.
You enjoying the atmosphere?
Wonderful. Weather is great.
It is, isn't it?
It's like, oh my God, it's August. I bring sunshine wherever I go.
Well, I'm glad you did, because I was expecting the worst, and
you've
brought the best. I'm
Yeah.
really happy you've done that. You guys excited to play tonight?
Very excited because we've had a few days off, maybe a couple of weeks off.
So it's been, mind you, knowing me, when I have a couple of weeks off, I forget. When we played at the Glastonbury Festival, I forget one of the songs completely, and I goes, oh my God, hold on a minute, guys, let me think again, and then come, Well, we're real, and we live in the real world, And
I think people respect that and react to that well. I think because that shows you're like real human beings. And some people, I think, take themselves too seriously, don't they?
Yeah,
and I feel like that's not your vibe. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about sort of the 80s and the sort of the political climate of the time, and how I think it's quite similar to now. I wasn't there, but what I've seen, and especially with like ska music and punk music, I think there's been a resurgence of that. And I think, what is the importance of ska and music in general with politics and social issues, do you think?
We got this band together in 1977, 76 around that time, and we had our first record, which was Gangster, released in '79. So we started from there. As a matter of fact, the same time we actually signed a record deal with Christus Record, was the same night Margaret Thatcher became the Prime Minister of England. So I have to thank Margaret Thatcher for the inspiration that inspired us to write all these songs about not really knowing how disastrous Britain, because right now we're suffering from her policies. How many years later, But I think she inspires her to write songs like Ghost Town, and write about all the injustice that's been, at the time, there's like rock against racism. We had a lot of things happening. We had the miners' strike. We had everything. So thanks for, I think his name was Ian McGregor, that she actually employed to close down the mines, So there's lots of material for us to write about.
Oh, of course.
Engage with each other, and love is the only answer we got. Love each other. Destruction and violence and fights and all that, it doesn't work. Shedding blood doesn't work. Love is the answer for everything. Love.
I think that's all we need to say. Thank you, good gentlemen.
Great
Appreciate
talking,
that.
man. Cheers, man. Okay.
Cheers, boys.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. This is Divina De Campo, and this is the Loft Sessions.
Thank you for speaking to us, first of all.
Thank you for asking me.
How do you think the audience for drag shows has changed over the years?
I think what's been really interesting is it's gone from a demographic of mostly men, mostly gay men, to now it's kind of tipped, and I would say it's more kind of 60-40 in terms of there's more women, way more women.
What do you think that is?
I think it's there's an element of reclaiming that hyper femininity, that drag allows you to go, wait a minute, this isn't real. It's gender, which again isn't real, and these people are just going, bam, look at all of this. Why can't I have some of that as well? The 2000s were a little bit dowdy, weren't they? So. Now you can do whatever you like. Slap it on your face. Welcome back to the 80s and early 90s.
Feels like a lot of the attraction, I think, for drag is you can just do whatever you like.
Yeah, and that's the joy of drag, is that there isn't really any rules. And for me, it's either good or it's not. And that all depends for me upon what kind of drag you're doing. So if you're going for super glam drag, but then you turn up and it's not, well, you haven't done a good job. But if you're doing bin bag drag, or you're doing something like David Hoyle does, which is much more experimental and messy, then you're fulfilling a different criteria. So that's great.
You sort of started to touch on it, but what do you think the drag and sort of drag race has on the impact it has on gender identity?
I'm not sure about the TV show's impact, but in terms of where we are in terms of the conversation, I think that's moved forwards a lot. The fact that now we actually have the language for non-binary and we're talking more about trans issues, although for some reason we're debating them, which is just stupid. Trying to debate whether somebody has the right to live or not seems pretty dumb to me. Of course they have the right to live. So I think the conversation itself has moved forwards. I think that a lot of different TV shows actually have helped with that. That I think has been really helpful. I think there's still a long way for us to go in terms of moving the conversation forwards from debate, like we have on Question Time all the time, about whether, we should let people in a toilet or not. Come on! People have been using the f***ing bog forever. You just haven't realised, and it's only now that you're going, oh, this is a problem. No, it's not a problem, because people have been doing it for the past 50 years. You just didn't know. So if you didn't know, it wasn't a problem. So it's not a problem now.
Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you for speaking.
Have a great rest of your evening.
You too. Bye.
Hi, I'm Mike from the Loft Sessions. We're here for our first day at BBC Introducing Live. We're going to speak to some bands, speak to some industry people, speak to some punters, and just get a real sense of what's going on here. Let's go check it out.
you know, everybody needs to be topping up on their knowledge and figuring out what is the best thing for their own career. So there's so many talks and keynotes on various different facets of the music industry. It's really interesting.
Been up to over the past couple of days?
I spoke on a panel yesterday about LGBTQI plus artists and breaking boundaries. My friend Jaguar, who's a DJ artist, set it up because she realized there were no panels talking about LGBT artists and representing them this weekend. So yeah, we were like the only panel talking about that, which was really cool, and the crowd was great, and it was just really inspiring to see, you know, it represented, and it was a really good discussion, I think.
My name's Connor, also known as Aeon. I work for BBC Music Introduced in Northampton. I specialise in drum and bass music. And yeah, like I say, I haven't heard much drum and bass this weekend, and these guys just said, yeah, jump on the decks. So, free coffee, cocktail, drum and bass, you can't go wrong, you know what I mean? Sounds good to me, mate.
You're the vocal part of Sleaford Mods. Do you play an instrument yourself?
Play a bit of guitar every now and again, you know what I mean? But that's about it, really.
Did you always want to be a musician when you were growing up?
No, I don't know what. I just wanted to be famous, I think, and you know, I kind of got there a little bit.
By any means?
By any means, yeah.
This has been a great opportunity, getting the feedback of like, I mean, it's people in the industry who we want to be speaking to, and it's a first-hand like experience. Going to where you might have to create an appointment with somebody or track them down, they're just here and you can speak to them straight away.
My name's Jason, I'm from Sleaford Mods, and you have been watching the Loft Sessions.